Our last and final ride in Argentina, and what an incredible adventure it's been. We've covered nearly 17,000 kilometres here, making this country the first major milestone of our epic journey from South America to Alaska. The memories we've made here will stay with us forever. In this episode, we make the most of our remaining time, riding through the remote, breathtaking landscapes of Jujuy province in northern Argentina. From Cusi Cusi to Susques, we head towards the Paso de Jama border, ready to cross into Chile to start the next chapter of our adventure. Of course, we're excited for what's ahead, but saying goodbye to Argentina is harder than we imagined. Just as we're about to leave, the universe surprised us with a bittersweet gift. The border had been closed for over 24 hours with no clear sign of when it would reopen. Will it open on time, or are we stuck in this remote Argentinian village with no cash, no accommodation, and temperatures dropping to minus 10 degrees Celsius? One final stressful twist before we say farewell to Argentina. Good morning, we're here in Cusi Cusi in the far north of North Argentina.
Today we're heading down on Route 40. We're going to ride south to a place called Susques. It's about 185 k's. It's going to be some nice riding, loads of picturesque landscapes. We're going to rocks, gorges, a few little river crossings. So yeah, it's going to be a nice day. Not too much, we're not going to ride too far. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Let's get the helmets on and let's get out of here.
We've got our little friend back who joined us last night but has come to bid us farewell and help us pack the bikes. Super friendly little cat. Just wants to climb up on you all the time and sit on your shoulder.
Come on, Matt, we gotta go.
Alright, so it sounds like we've just run a marathon or something, but all we've done is turn the bikes around and we are puffing and panting already. We're at 3,700 meters and you can tell the air's a little bit thinner here. Oh. Okay, and relax. So we're just going to ride out of this nice little town, this sleepy tiny little town. Not a soul to be seen. The majority of the buildings here are made from these blocks, which I think they make themselves out of the mud and then straw and some rocks. And look at these guys. Look at these guys with their pretty little earrings. That's cool that these are just wandering around the little town. They've had the grader through on the left hand side of this road. Actually makes it, oh, I was going to say harder, but then I've run into this. I was going to say it actually makes it harder to ride on because it's all loose. Haley's going onto the graded part of the road.
I thought I'd try something new.
Let me get over these little rocks. So we've got some beetroot and some potato here as a salad, and then this like spin. It does taste really good.
That definitely hit the spot. Really good. You're good, Hayley?
I'm ready to turn my ABS off.
Okay.
Alright.
But yeah, today's going well. Feeling good. How are you feeling, Hayley?
Good. How you feeling?
Yeah, good. We're at 4,430 metres.
I'm like the locals now.
Yeah, acclimatised. All good.
Yeah, that's it. I can run up this hill and run back down. No problemo.
Yeah, right. I know what you were like moving your bike out of that parking lot this morning.
I'm a changed woman since then. It's because I didn't have a substantial meal.
Our last full day of adventure motorcycle riding in Argentina, and what a day to mark the end. Out here, the horizon stretches wide and empty. It's a place that humbles you with its silence and yet welcomes you all the same. These remote high plains have a way of making you feel small, exposed and vulnerable, and yet oddly at home and at peace. We've said it countless times before, Argentina is unlike anywhere we've ever known. The beauty here isn't loud or boastful, it's quiet, honest, endless. It makes us wonder if one country can feel this immense and this alive, just how much more is out there waiting to be explored. We'll miss you, Argentina. It's been a privilege to know you. Will any place ever come close?
Cool.
You just kind of get used to it, don't you, after a while?
Yeah.
So, I believe it's one of these.
Okay. And let's have a little look.
Result. Hayley popped in and they've got rooms and they can take us. The only bad thing is there's not secure parking, but we're right next door to a police station, so hopefully it's alright. We'll just take everything off the bikes, take it into our room. But yeah, we've got somewhere to stay. So we've come for dinner in the hostel we're staying in. The owner's really, really nice. He's friendly. You can have a laugh with him. And he's made us dinner, and I'll show you what he's done for us. Have a look at this. We've got personalised plates. How cool is that? What a lovely guy. We're going to enjoy this dinner a lot.
Today is our last day here in Argentina, which we're really sad about, but also really excited about what's in store next. We're crossing the border into Chile to check out the Atacama Desert. Let's check out the map now to see where we've been and where we're going next.
So as you can see on the map, we've gone all the way up to Cusi Cusi, and that was here. You can see here is the border to Bolivia, so we were right on the border. Then we've come south from Cusi Cusi on Route 40, and we've ended up in Susques, and that's where we are now. Now the plan is today to cross the border, which is here. We're going to cross at Paso de Jama. So we're going to go from Susques, cross into Chile, and then we're going to start going across the Atacama Desert. This evening we're planning to stay in San Pedro de Atacama, and then over the next few days we'll make our way through the Atacama Desert and across to Antofagasta. Oh wow, I'm out of breath. After we've been in the Antofagasta area, we're planning to ride up the west coast of Chile, where you have the huge mountains at 4,000 meters dropping down right next to the ocean. So that should look really, really cool before we make our way into Bolivia.
left later than we would have wanted to do a border crossing, but that was because, according to my weather app, it was -8 in this town at 8 o'clock this morning. So yeah, we didn't really fancy going up the high pass, crossing a border at around that time, so that's why we've left a little bit later, make it a little bit more bearable. We are wrapped up for the occasion, got my windstopper, got my balaclava, which is my favourite item, I think. I think the wind is what's contributing to the coldness. The sun's making it feel a lot warmer now.
As you can see, we've pulled in. We've done about 5Ks, and Hayley's realised she's a bit cold. She's going to put another pair of gloves on. She's going to adjust her balaclava so her forehead doesn't get cold. But yeah, if you look here, it's 2 degrees still, so it's fresh when you're moving on the bike.
I need some gloves in the gloves. It is quite cold. May not look it, but the wind is, like, the air is really cold. I'm really out of breath. Okay, gloves are on. Oh God, just I just put some gloves on, and that shouldn't. There we go. This water's nice and cold. Let's go.
Yeah, all good?
Yeah.
Cool, we can see one of our first salt flats we can see. And then there's those mountains in the far distance that are covered in snow. You could easily be mistaken thinking that that was snow on all of this because it's flipping cold.
I am really, really sad to be leaving Argentina today.
Yeah, I feel the same. I really do. I've loved it here, absolutely loved it.
It's like exceeded my expectations and beyond.
That's just, oh yeah, I agree. Like, the expectations I had of Argentina, I didn't really hold it too high. I knew it was going to be good, I knew we were going to follow the Andes, but it's just, for me, it's blown out of the park. It's been something else. The landscapes, the riding,
Incredible.
The people have been so nice to us, so good.
Yeah, like, even because we don't really speak the language, they've been so helpful and so friendly. Just, that really exceeded my expectations. Because at the beginning I thought it would be quite, it wasn't going to be as varied in terms of the landscape. Like, when you look back at, it feels like ages ago now, we did this, Iglesia, Perito Moreno, and then like the east coast where we saw all the penguins and the sea lions, and then like the Northern Argentina where it was so green and luscious. Just,
and then you've got this
so
landscape here now.
Yeah.
Like, I'm looking to my right and I'm seeing salt flats. There's snow-capped mountains in the distance.
Yeah.
And it's 0 degrees, but it's absolutely beautiful. It's lovely. I'm loving it.
do you know what I'm going to miss the most? Parrilla. I'm gonna miss that the most. The just grilled red meats. It is like, I've never tasted meat like I have in Argentina. It is just the best.
So good. I've really enjoyed when we've had the little stops at cabanas and we've got some meat from the shop, had a little bit of wine. It's been really, really nice.
Oh, I'm salivating now.
I am going to miss Argentina a lot. It's been a great country to go to. Found out a lot about it, been to some great places, had some amazing riding. I'm reluctantly leaving.
Yeah.
I have no regrets. If anything, I wish I had more time to be here longer.
Yeah, I could easily stay here for a lot longer, a few more weeks longer. We have a little bit of sand on the road.
It's quite deep, actually.
It's just from that wind blowing off the side of that solar, bringing it all up onto the road. I think you picked the best route, Hayley. My route's closing in slowly.
Where are you? Oh my god, you're there. Oh, darling. There you go. Okay. Paso de Jama.
The border crossing into Chile is just ahead of us. You can see all the lorries now queuing up before they go through. Now we are just gonna pull into this last fuel stop in Argentina, and we're gonna try and get a coffee. And I've got a couple of fingers that are completely numb, so I wouldn't mind trying to thaw them out. There we go, they've got a cafe. How good is that? Oh, that was one of the best stops ever. We got a little coffee in there in the restaurant. There are actually quite a few people and there's a dozen or so bikers here as well. They're all crossing the border. So that coffee was perfect, warmed us up. And just to get out of the wind and stop is great. It just warms you up. It's the wind chill that's the worst. When you're actually sat here in the sun and there's no wind, it's sweet, it's nice and warm. Okay, so we're going to try and bypass all of this lot, see if we can park down the bottom with the bikes. Yeah, we're waiting here in the queue. It's 1 PM now, and we're not really sure what's going on, but a guy, I think he's Argentinian, just came and tried to translate a little, tried to help us out, and they're waiting for a new report at 2 PM to see if they're going to open it and let everyone through or just keep it closed. So we're all just sat here waiting and wait for an hour and see what the report says and see if they're going to let us through. That's as much as we know. So we've just playing a waiting game now. Wait for an hour or so, see what decision is made, and see if we're passing through into Chile or if we're turning around and going back. Sun's out, so it's not so bad.
So it seems to be unspoken rule that motorcyclists can go at the front. Don't really know why, but I'm not complaining. At least then we can know when there's more information in the next hour about this border. We'll be the first to know, so we can make a bit of a plan if it doesn't quite go to plan. Okay.
Okay, so we are still on the Argentinian side of the border, and it's closed. It's closed due to snow on the Chilean side, and they've been working on it for 2 days. So if you have a look behind me, and you can see all of these trucks that are in line and the cars, they've actually been here since yesterday, and a lot of these people camped in their cars because this border's been shut for over a day. Now it's 3 o'clock now. They said they'll give us another update whether it's going to be open or closed at 4 o'clock, and then you've got one more chance then 5 o'clock, and they say no, that's it for the day. So what we're doing is we're going to walk into this tiny little village where there's a few things and see if we can find a little hospitality or a hostel
or a room that might be able to take us in the event that this border doesn't open today, because it's going to get to about -10 here tonight, and
I don't want to camp
we
at
don't
-10.
we don't want to camp at -10. So that's what we're doing now.
Waiting patiently through the afternoon, chatting with fellow bikers and locals, the hours tick by and still no response from the border. But as the day slipped away, we knew we had to prepare for the worst case scenario. But even that was hard to navigate.
All right, so this is the course of events as it's been. I walked to the little hospitage, found a lady there, managed to somehow translate to her that I needed a room. Now, she wanted paying in Argentinian pesos. We haven't got any Argentinian pesos because we used them all up because we thought we were crossing the border and we wouldn't need them.
But with a bit of luck, we found some cash.
I went into the YPF, the fuel station, and the lady, thankfully, took some Chilean pesos off me and gave me some Argentinian pesos back. So now, I'm going to go back to this hospitage and see if they've still got a room that we can have. It's gone 4 o'clock now. The last update is at 5 from the border to see if it is going to be open or not. The update at 4 said no, still closed. There's still too much snow and ice across the road in Chile, on the Chilean side of the border. So here we are. Let's see how this plays out.
Matt checked in with the hospedaje owner again to see if they still had room. Jama is a village of just over 100 people, so we knew we had to act fast before the inevitable wave of travellers from the border came flooding in, looking for a bed. But even in the most remote places, you realise the world can still feel pretty small.
You from Wales? Yeah, same here. Are you? Yeah, whereabouts are you from? Swansea. Oh yeah, I went to uni in Swansea. Yeah, nice.
We had the pleasure of meeting Ollie Treviso, a Welshman and the first to walk the entire length of the Andes from south to north across 7 countries. What a legend. After a proper chinwag between Matt and the fellow Welshman, and with our place firmly locked in one of the town's few lodgings, we waited once more at the border. The clock struck 5 p.m. and the border finally gave us an answer, and luckily for us, it was the one that we were well prepared for. They've just announced that the border is going to continue being closed for the rest of the night. Luckily, Matty boy was on the ball and locked us in a hospidaje for us to stay. This town, as you can see, is tiny, like maybe 20 buildings, 30 buildings. So luckily he's locked something in. Ooh. And yeah, we've got somewhere to stay, which is amazing. Okay, this is our hospidaje for the night. Okay, result.
My bike is sinking.
My bike's alright. It's a little bit on the lean, but she'll do.
So this is the common area, and then we've got P2, which is not too glamorous, but it definitely beats camping outside at -10 tonight.
Well done, darling.
I am more than happy to be here.
Me too. Well done for finding this. It's so cold. Okay, so we don't have any Argentinian pesos. The pesos that we did get exchanged, we've given it to the place we're staying. So we're going to go to the only place that we know of that accepts card, which is a petrol station. So we're hoping that they got some hot food and a hot beverage and we can eat there. So let's wait and see. So no food in the petrol station. There's so many people here, so the food I think went a while ago. We have just found a restaurant just by chance, so hopefully they're open and we can have some nice hot food.
All right, so that restaurant wasn't open. There was no one in there. Food for tonight, what we're having, we went back to that fuel station and we got some crisps and some sweets and some biscuits and a chocolate bar. So that's dinner for tonight. We do have a little bit of bread in our bag, so it's not going to be too bad. We're going to be all right. We were saying earlier today that we were sad to be leaving Argentina, and now obviously we're having an extra night.
Yeah, it's like the powers that be listened to us and they're like, we'll just give you another night, it's fine.
So yeah, we've got one more night in Argentina. We're not really sure what's happening in the morning. They've said that there's a good chance the road's going to be open and the border is passable if they clear the snow, but this has been shut for 2 days now. I think they said that the day previously, so we won't hold our breath. We'll see how it goes. We'll get an early night. It's going to be cold up here tonight. We're really thankful we're not camping because it's going to be -10 tonight, and we'll have a go at crossing that border again tomorrow.
Right.
Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed, we're going to scoff this and then we're going to go to bed. Night everyone.
See ya.